Good morning. Today is Friday, March 12th. For lunch today, there's toasted cheese sandwich with tomato soup, or taco salad with tortilla chips, or cheese or pepperoni pizza. Today, it's an A day for everybody in the building. During gym recess today, the Boys and Girls Club option is there for Mr. Kirchmeyer's and Mr. Parks' advisories. And although there's no birthdays today, tomorrow, happy birthday to Trevor Johnson in the 6th grade. Hey everybody. So tomorrow is March 13th. Now that day is a big deal for me because that is the 1-year anniversary of our last day of face-to-face school last year. The shutdown came after that and we did everything online, and for me it feels like 2 different years. And to feel that we're only 1 year away from that, or we've hit that spot already this year, just sort of makes me stop and think a little bit. When I look back at our second school year after that shutdown, I have a lot of just sort of little thoughts. So I can remember all of a sudden what it's like working out of my laundry room instead of an office or out of a classroom. I can remember all of a sudden, instead of seeing faces on a day-to-day basis, all I get to see are emails going back and forth, or occasionally Zoom sessions you get to jump in. You know, all of a sudden, all the things that you associate with this is what school is like is totally different. I mean, we still kept learning, but I mean, it was different. I think a lot about how hard everybody at school worked. You had teachers who were learning new ways to teach, who were finding new ways to reach out to you, and to be able to learn how to find a way to keep going. What was really toughest for all of us was that we were teaching, but we didn't get to see you grow as much. We didn't get to see you learn. You know, the reason why teachers get into teaching is because we like to see a difference. We like to see you respond and make better things out of yourself. And even though we knew that was happening, it was hard to see when it was just over the computer screen, or just through a Zoom session, or just through an email. So how do you celebrate an anniversary like this? Nobody's going to bake a cake for the shutdown day, or going to post any balloons anywhere to say, whoa, because this is a day that I think a lot of us kind of want to forget. But for me, I'm going to celebrate this in 2 ways. Number one, I'm going to be grateful for every day we have left this school year. Even on hard days, even when we're trying to make something work and it's not that easy to do, I'm going to be thinking of, you know what? I would have killed for having a day like this last year. I would have loved to have those problems instead of what we all had to do with the online stuff. And number 2, I'm also going to be thinking about not just all the difficulty things we've been dealing with the pandemic, but especially, what are the things I learned out of it? I learned how dedicated your staff is. I've learned how much your teachers care about you. I've learned how I saw them put in hours till 7, 8 at night on a regular basis just to get back to your emails. And I knew that because I was up there till that 7, 8 at night oftentimes working on the same emails and working with people. I kept working that hard because I had to meet your teachers' efforts. So I learned how much this bunch of teachers and staff here at AMS really care about you. And that's really gotten me a long ways. So today's challenge is take one of those 2. Number 1, choose to be grateful for what we've got. You know what? Some days we don't like being in school. Some days it's just tough. But it's still better than just learning right through a little tube, which was all our choices were last year. And number 2, share with somebody in your class what's something you learned by going through everything that we did. What's something that you took away from that? And as we focus on those things, you know what? We're going to have that much more strength going through the rest of this year. All right, you take care.